Hi, I'm Dr. Diaz Bautista. I'll be doing your clinical interview today. And so let's start this off by telling me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Donnie Darko. I'm 18 years old. I am a white Caucasian male born on December 12th, 1970. I'm currently single and I live with my parents at the moment.
You said you're single and what's your date of birth?
December 12th, 1970.
So tell me a little bit about your family.
My family, I was born in Middlesex, Virginia, and that's where I grew up. My father and mother raised me there. I have two siblings, both are sisters who are older than me. Our relationship's not the best. As most siblings, we argue a lot and we're very tense with each other. I think since they perform so well academically and in general in life better than me, I feel like it's harder for me to live up to their expectations, especially when I feel like my parents see myself as a screw up. Um, I think my sisters also like to rub that in my face as they are my parents' favorites. I've never been married, and so I have no children.
All right. So even though you have resentment for your sisters, correct?
Yes,
Do you still is there still that family affection? Is there still that bond between each other, or is it just completely hate?
I think most of the time, since they rile me up so much, I forget that they are my sisters and I do care about them. I think deep down there is this form of love, but I think it's I push it down just because of how they treat me.
Sure. Uh, how about your educational history? How far along did you get to?
I only went up to 10th grade. I'm still in school. I'm only in 10th grade because I failed 10th grade twice. That is due to the fact that I believe school is a waste of time. My grades were not good. I also got in trouble in the law, and so that prevented me from moving on in my grade level.
Mm,
I just think in school that many teachers are not respectful and they don't listen to many students. And in turn, I don't respect or try to listen to my teachers. This type of behavior I've done often gets me suspended in school because I tend to talk back and cause a scene within class, but I've never been expelled.
um, you mentioned law law troubles. Can you go more in depth to that?
I was arrested because I burned a house down. I got caught and I had to spend some time in juvie. Um, I just, it was not a good time.
Is there any reason to burning down the house, or was it just spontaneous?
He was a suspected pedophile, so I just felt like it was the right thing to do.
Okay. Along with that, did you have any substance abuse?
I don't believe there was any substance abuse, though I do smoke cigarettes regularly and I drink alcohol here and there.
Right. And and by here and there, how often is that? Like once a week, or
Usually it's only like once a month or two times a month. I only drink socially, but I prefer to smoke regularly every day.
so with all this legal trouble, have you been able to find employment, or
No.
no?
Our town is pretty small, so everyone knows what happens. So it's kind of hard to get a job with that reputation.
Let's see. And what about is your medical history? Is there any troubles there?
I think my birth went pretty well. Um, My childhood was pretty normal. I never suffered from a severe head injury or a loss of consciousness. I'm not currently treated for any physical illnesses or injuries. I do not take any medications for physical ailments at the moment, but I do take medication, I think an antipsychotic.
And is there a mental illness that runs in your family?
Not that I'm aware of, but I've been currently diagnosed with schizophrenia from my psychiatrist.
I see. And do you feel like you could talk to this? Or does your family know?
Yes, they are the ones who forced me to go to a psychiatrist. I personally don't want to, but it's my parents' requests, and so I just follow along.
I see. Um, so what do you do typically in a day?
Typically, I just go to school during the weekdays, but when I'm outside I try to stay out of trouble when I can. But afterwards, I just tend to stay home, keep to myself, read a book or take a nap or play some video games. I don't find that like interacting with others is fun.
So you would so really you don't like any kind of social interaction.
I
But yeah,
think um, most people I find are like superficial, and so I don't find pleasure in talking with people like that. I think if there was a meaningful person or a genuine person out there, I'd try my best to enjoy them. But I think most people nowadays are pretty um, just annoying to deal with.
so it'll take the right person to meet to have that connection with somebody and
Yeah,
build a gotcha. Um, so so have you ever been in any? So I assume by that you haven't been in any romantic relationships.
no, I have not.
And how do you handle uh, problems within your family? And I guess yeah.
I think most of the times we just end up arguing, and I get very angry and volatile, and I say things that are very hurtful to people. I think it's because if they don't listen to me or they or say something hurtful to me, I have the right to say something back. So I try to just say something hurtful or like a low blow in order to get back at them.
So besides your sisters, really like not being on your side, as well as your parents, is there like any other like what's the word for it? Is there any other factors that would account for your like mental illness, like any abuse?
I don't believe so. I think my parents raised me pretty well. There was no abuse sexually, physically, or emotionally. Um, I think it's just that after burning down the house, it's been I think I've been socially like ostracized from the community.
Mm. Do you not think your sister is always tormenting you as any emotional abuse, or do you just see that as typical family business?
I think previously, since it's been normalized in my family, I wouldn't consider it abuse, but thinking back about it, it's got pretty severe at times to the point where we weren't allowed to eat dinner with each other at the table.
Oh, really? What kind of like situations have made like occurred for that to happen?
We've thrown things at each other, ruined dinner. My parents just got tired of it, so they just told us to go to our rooms often.
I see. Um, so no other kind of injuries you can think of throughout your life that might affect your psyche.
No, not at all.
See, I see.
Um,
Uh, so do you What about suicidal intention? Is that anything? Is that be on your mind on occasion or not?
I think my schizophrenia affects it a lot because I hear and see things sometimes that often revolve around suicide and death.
Yeah.
It's hard for me sometimes to distinguish between reality and my hallucinations. So sometimes I take what they say to heart.
And does your medication doesn't help with that, or
I don't like my medications, so occasionally I forget to take them. But even when I take them, I don't feel any better.
do
I
you think
just
that,
feel sluggish.
or do you just prefer the person without the medication?
I prefer the person without medication, and I'd rather deal with schizophrenia than take my medication and be sluggish and be the person I am on medication.
I see. Because you believe that person is better.
Yes, more authentic and genuine.
I see. And that's what you strive for in other people.
Yes.
Okay. Um, let's see. I think that's all the questions I have for you, unless you have questions for me.
I'm good.
All right. Well, this is great. I'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you.